new men to be trained in 2020 and 2021. With God's help, we have plowed through some of the hardest times of COVID. Of the new class of this last year and this year, 2 of them got COVID during the training. But they did not drop out. They stayed away because from the very beginning we all decided that if one got sick, if one got the sniffles, you just don't come to class. We don't want it. But the 2 men that got COVID stayed home for a couple of weeks. They joined in by Zoom, even with COVID. They followed through the classes. But they never, ever dropped out. Well, what has God done with the men of 2020 and 2021? Today, one is lead pastor of a church in our association. One is getting ready to plant a new church. The core has already been formed in our association. One is serving as youth pastor even today in our association. One is an associate pastor in Plainview, Texas. And the other 2 are now serving as support staff in their respective churches. God has been faithful. They received teaching from over 30 instructors, but not just instructors. We are talking about practitioners, people that have lived it, people that have done it, and people that are still doing it. The nuts and bolts of ministry that happens every single day of our lives. They received training. It wasn't in theology. These were not Bible classes, even though everything was based on the Word of God. They received training in leadership development, discipleship, the call to ministry, preaching competency, evangelism, missions, administration, personal health, church revitalization, church starting, small groups, marketing the church, and even how to deal. And one of those was dealing with yourself. And so much more teaching that went on. And so today we get to say that God has been more than faithful. And so today we've come into this house, and we are so grateful that you chose to be in this place tonight, because you could have been in a lot of different places tonight. You chose to be with us tonight to celebrate where these men have come and gone in the last 2 years. Even in the midst of COVID, God has proven to be faithful. And today, to these graduates, I get the awesome privilege to be able to say that they are not only my students, if you would, but these are my intimate friends that are here in front. We have walked together. We have cried together. We have prayed together. And yes, these men have even laid hands on me when I was at my sickest points. These men have spoken in my church. These men have spoken in other churches. And to God be the glory. They have represented our God and the kingdom work of God. They have done it well. And I say tonight, I am proud to call you my fellow servants, and also the fellow servants of God. So tonight, as we get ready to present each one of these men, we are missing one because of a family emergency. But in the last, we will have graduated 11 men that are actively in the kingdom work of God. And this association of churches has called out 11 men, and we've not lost one We are 100% graduation tonight to the glory of God. And we thank God for that. We have a lot to be thankful for and much to be responsible for. And we do not take that lightly whatsoever. As we present certificates of completion, it is my honor to be able to say that both of these groups of men have now endured 36 weeks of training in some form or fashion. And we say to the spouses of these men, Dr. Hardage, I want you to hear something. In the second group, two of the men that came in were single guys, young men, under the age of 27. One of the things I told them was, to be a pastor of a church, it's tough if you're not married. Well, we are happy to say that by the end of this training, we are engaged. And they've both got some beautiful women that are going to support them in the kingdom work of God. But we take off our hats to the spouses and to the fiancés because they put up with a lot. These men were gone every Saturday morning. They left family. They left friends. They left spouses and children to be in the training. And that is an accomplishment. Today we are going to ask Dr. Jerry to come and Brother John Silva also to come as we prepare to give these men tonight their certificates of accomplishment of the Leadership Development Center. Of the Leadership Development Center. We are thankful to God. My bride, Hermana Raquel Sena, is going to be tonight my helpmate again. And I thank the Lord for my bride of 41 years, going to 42, good Lord willing. There were many Saturdays that she was there making coffee and handing these men a burrito and a piece of Mexican bread, pan loco or something. What a great blessing to have that does that with you. And so tonight, my bride is going to take part in this as she will read the names of the graduates. And so tonight, graduates, we're going to ask that you would stand, if you would, please. Dr. Jerry Silva.
We'll ask the